Hello, this is Cushman, and this is my semester research project. So, WebAssembly. What is WebAssembly? Well, WebAssembly in essence is a solution to the JavaScript problem. And the JavaScript problem is basically this. When browsers were first invented and the HTML standard was standardized, JavaScript was the scripting language that ran the code of a web page. The JavaScript uses something called the JavaScript virtual machine, which is a virtual machine that's been standardized to every browser, similar to the virtual machine that runs and renders the HTML and CSS files. But the issue is that JavaScript, because it's an interpreted language, it's a scripting language, it's slow. It's very slow. If we go to my source for video, you'll see here that scripting languages have this issue where they have to be tokenized and then parsed, where you basically take the text, break it into tokens, and then you parse it and build a syntactic tree, compile that to the final bytecode, and then it's executed. But that tokenizing and parsing stage takes a lot of your computation. It's a very slow process. And so, because of that, WebAssembly was introduced. So WebAssembly solves a lot of these problems. It doesn't solve all of them, but it solves a good majority of them. WebAssembly is an assembly language that targets the Java virtual machine, the JavaScript virtual machine. So essentially, you write your WebAssembly code, you assemble it, and then it just turns directly into JavaScript bytecode. And then that can run on the JavaScript virtual machine way faster than the normal JavaScript would take to parse and execute. The benchmarking between the two is enormous. Article 2 really goes over the benchmarking between WebAssembly, native code, and JavaScript, and WebAssembly just blows JavaScript out of the park. And so WebAssembly is an excellent resource to improve your JavaScript. It's fast, portable, it's compact, and safe. WebAssembly, of course, runs in a sandbox on a virtual machine. And so you don't have to worry about any sort of memory issues or leaks or security bugs. The only bugs you have to worry about are problems with the JVM itself, which is a big thing that my Article 3 covers, is the fact that WebAssembly by itself is very atomic and very safe, but if your JVM has vulnerabilities, then there's not much you can do about it. You have to patch the JVM. It's fast. It's incredibly fast just because it's bytecode. It's running immediately as is. And it's portable because the JVM is a uniform standard across all browsers. There's nothing different between the bytecode on one JVM and the bytecode on another. And so you can port around WebAssembly in compiled form to any browser and it works just fine. And just the compactness of it is a normal JavaScript file will be thousands of lines of code, which is kilobytes, maybe megabytes of text data. Those files are huge, and you have to download those around on the internet. They take a lot of space, even with compression. But WebAssembly programs, like this picture up here, this is a screenshot from the video, these are very small. They're only hundreds of bytes because they're fully compiled and they have no text needing to be stored at all. So they're excellent for compactness. And they're very portable around the internet, so these are great to start incorporating into apps. The only drawback of WebAssembly is it doesn't have any input-output operations. It can't do its own file writes. It's purely a mathematical tool. So if you have an application that has a lot of math involved, like three-dimensional rendering, CAD, graphics, that kind of thing, that's where WebAssembly can really shine. What you have to do is the JavaScript code of your website actually has to call the WebAssembly functions, but that's okay. You can have very bare bones JavaScript on your website, and the bulk of all the computation can be done through WebAssembly, which will be leagues faster than if you had just done, let's say, the matrix multiplication of three-dimensional rotation in JavaScript. The WebAssembly version of that will be miles faster. And so that's really the neat part about WebAssembly, and it's a great optimization on a system that already exists. Nothing new had to be added to browsers for WebAssembly to work. All you needed was a special WebAssembly package that you bring into your JavaScript program, and it works. So that's just the real wonder of WebAssembly. So that's my presentation, and thank you for watching.